Hello guys, good morning and welcome to our tutorial for Game Maker. And for today, we will add some movement into our game so that we will be able to see how we could actually control all of our objects by using our controls. So right now, we will be using controls on the keyboard to be able to make them move. So to start with it, we're gonna go ahead and delete this first. And we will be moving only the character. Okay, so that's the first thing that we need to do. We need to understand how we will be able to make them move. So for now, we will be using the up, down, and left button. So we should be able to control this by using our keyboard. So let's go ahead and do that. So to be able to do this, let's go ahead into our workspace and we need to go ahead and add an event. And this event will be the step event. And we will be using the GML code. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do here is to actually put in some codes that will be able to identify what are the things that we are currently pressing on our screens, on our keyboard, so that it could be able to identify what are the things that we need to put in or the code. Okay, so what we need to do is to put in 4 variables first. Okay, so let's put in, let's say press up is a variable, press down, press left, press right. So these are the names of my variables that I will be creating in my game. So press up means we are pressing the up button, so the character should be moving up. So to be able to get this value, we need to press equal, and then type in keyboard underscore check, and then identify what is the key that we are pressing. So we have BK underscore up. Okay, so on the following buttons, we need to have a keyboard underscore check as well, BK underscore down. So this means you are trying to press a keyboard. So keyboard underscore check, and then VK underscore left. There we go. And then equals to keyboard underscore check BK underscore right. So remember, these are just some basics to start with the movement. So our code reads, so let's write this, identifies what keys are pressed. So if we press up, the value of press up variable becomes 1. Okay, so if, let's add here, if the button is pressed, the value becomes 1. There we go. So press up will be 1 if we press it. Press down will be 1 if we press down on our keyboard, the arrow keys. So let's go ahead and put up some values so we could move it around. So if we press up and it's equivalent to 1, then here's what will happen. Since we have X and Y values, so remember, X is horizontal and Y is vertical. So let me go ahead and explain this one. So we have the X and Y axis. So we have the X going to this side and the Y going to this side. So this means on this side is going to the positive value. Okay. And on this one, we have the positive value, and this one, we have the negative values. So if it goes up, it decreases in value. But if it goes down, it increases. If the x value goes to the right side, it has a positive value. And the x going to the left side is negative. So if we have 0, we have -1, -2, we have -1, -2, we have 1 and 2, we have 1 and 2. Okay? So that explains the, the reason for this one. So meaning, if I press up, my y value is equivalent to y minus 5. It means it should be able to move upwards. So I copy this and I put in 2 more or 3 more, sorry. So if I press down, dy is equals to plus. If I press left, it's x values minus 5 and x values plus. Okay. So remember, when we type in x and y, it means it pertains to the location of the object we have coded into. Oh, I'm sorry. It's about the night. Let me go ahead and close this one and go ahead to obj character. I'm sorry. I should be putting it here. So step GML. Let's go ahead and paste it. So if the obj car, the y position, this is the y position for the obj car, it means it will move minus 5 pixels. If it the press down is pressed, then the y axis gets 5 more pixels. And this is going to be press right. There we go. Okay, so I think you get it. So if we press, it increases about 5 pixels in movement. So let's go ahead and go and check in our room. Let's run this one. Let's see if it will be able to move. So I'm pressing the keys right now, as you can see. Yeah, there we go. So that you will be able to see it directly. Oh, I'm sorry. There is shift. There we go. So I'm pressing the keys on my keyboard and it shows that we could actually use this to be able to add. Okay. So I guess that's a start. So in our next tutorial, we will add some instructions on how we could actually use gravity on our games. So I hope this gives you a preview on what it looks like if you want to code for GameMaker. So this sample design is actually workable for those top view games. Let's say, for example, Pac-Man, where you just Bomberman, those example of games that you could be able to create. And also games with you flying on a plane, you could actually use this so that this code could be useful for that if that is their sample design. But for platformer games, that means we will be using some physics, some gravity, so that we could be able to allow our characters to jump. So as you can see right now, there's no possibility for our character to jump on this kind of control. You could actually just move it around. But if our game is Pac-Man or Battle City for tanks, this could actually be used for that type of game. Okay, so that's just a start. As I've said, we will be adding more codes as we move on. So again, if you like this video, do not forget to like and subscribe, and you could actually share it if you want. Again, this is our Arca, and thank you very much.